Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Chamberlain, and in this video, this is the 2020 tag by NuCamp RV. For more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for the Air Force guy. But let's get on to this camper. Now with NuCamp in the tags, now this is just the regular tag. It is available in a Tag XL, meaning it's going to be wider. I'm going to kind of explain those details as we're looking at this particular one. Now, as you can see, we're looking at one, this is the Plum, this is a special color. Now they do come in standard colors, white and silver, and then different styles as far as the decals. And that's something that you can go ahead and option in or out, whatever works for you. But on top of that, this would be the Plum. This is a special color. There's a multitude of colors that they can make it. They can even make it match your vehicle. So something that is available. Let me show you some of the other colors. So on this particular one, this is your basic white with your blue accent. That's what that would look like. You could choose a white with the black accent. This is what it would look like if you chose the silver for your base color, and then silver for your accent color, and then of course you have the black stripes. Here's what the silver would look like with the blue accent, and of course the other special design, or another option for your decals would be this particular style. So your standard tag, or your tag XL, would look like this with the wheels and your wheel covers, looking like this. So that's going to be the color, the accent. If you chose to get the Boondock, then as you can see, you have the Boondock platform up in the front. You're going to have the taller tires. It's going to have higher ground clearance and so forth. There is an option for you to get the Boondock platform on a standard. So if you want to keep the wheels looking this way with those covers, so it's matching the color of your trim, you can have the Boondock platform up in the front. Just keep in mind the tongue weight depending on your vehicle. That's the only concern you need to be considering. Now up at the front here, what you have is you have the handles. The handle here, people have asked me why they have handles there. That is so that when you get close to your vehicle, you can just get out and pull your vehicle directly up to your to the tow bar, and that way you don't have to back directly worrying about getting that ball specifically underneath of that tongue there. Now on your tag, regardless of whether you have the standard bucket here or whether you have the one with the Boondock, what you will have under here will be you're going to have your LP bottle, your battery disconnect, which is right here. That disconnects your battery power so you're not draining your power, and then of course you have your battery, which would be in here. Now up here on this LP battery cover, whatever you would like to call it, the little box here, if you do not have a solar panel on the roof, you will have this little connection right here so that you can go ahead and connect a solar panel to that. That is directly to the battery. Now you can see on this particular one, it does not have one. And the reason for that is because it has a solar panel on the roof. So that is an option. That is a 133 watt solar panel. So if you ever want to know how much one of these, any RV for that matter, you want to know how much it weighs, what you do is you look at find the gross vehicle weight rating sticker, which this one's saying it's 2,200 pounds. Then you find the tire loading information, or another sticker which will tell you the amount of cargo that you can carry. In this case, it's 690 pounds. Subtract it from the 2,200. This gives you, this particular one has a dry weight of 1,510 pounds. Now, I'll link a video down below. And by the way, I'm going to have the specifications, pricing for this unit down below the video as well. But I'm also going to link a video on how these things are built. I was actually at the factory back in January, and I'll show you. One thing that impresses me is the fact that they're using the Azdale. So you can see the little Azdale sticker. That is what they're laminating the sidewall fiberglass to. That's 50% lighter than Luan. You're not going to have delamination because of the fact that they're using the Azdale. Now, a change that they made, which I loved, is the fact that when you have this light on here, these lights on the outside, there's one on either side, is they are yellow. No longer are they white. I think it was a big benefit for those of you that like to have your area lit up a little bit. Now on this side, this is where you're going to connect your electric. The electric connects right here, 30 amp, 110. This is where you can connect a cable. You can also connect an HD antenna to that so you can watch local channels. Behind this door right here, this is your outside sprayer port. Now, that's just going to be cold water, but it is a sprayer port. Allows you to rinse things off if need be. And then right behind this door, this is where you could fill your fresh water tank, or you're connecting your city water hose. Now, I know this is at an angle, so it creates kind of an issue for that. What I tell you to do is get some type of an extension. Makes it easier for you to connect and disconnect your hose when you do that. I'm giving you an idea what it looks like on the roof. Now, you can put a roof, you could get option in a roof rack on this if you wish to. And then you could put a cover over top of this power vent fan, allowing you to use that when the weather is not cooperating. As you can see, the way the roof rack is actually put on here, you can actually install additional things like this awning on here, lights and so forth. Now, one thing that might be a problem, if you do put the rack on here, you may not be able to put the cover on there. So just make sure that the roof rack is put in the right spot so that you could, in the event you wanted a cover. So you see this Yakima roof rack system, it's adjustable, so that way there you can give yourself some room so that you could put a cover on the roof. So with your standard tag, you're going to have a 13-inch tire, whereas the Boondock Light or the Boondock Edge, you're going to have a 15-inch tire. I want to give you an idea what it looks like from a clearance standpoint. This is your standard tag on the right, and then over here on the left, that is a Boondock. Now you're going to notice the tires are in the same location. And even when you get the Boondock, it is a standard tire. It's not going to be the off-road style tire. So that is the clearance you're looking at. So I just want to show you the kind of clearance you're having. This is basically 7.5 inches clearance on your standard tag versus having 10.5 inches of clearance on the Boondock. That's at the tire. That's really the lowest point of the camper. Now you say, well, Paul, how do I get the spare tire off of here? Well, right on outside the door here, below this door, on the passenger side of your vehicle, you have right there, and you're just going to crank that, and it actually has, you can see on the inside, that's just going to be on a chain, and that's going to come down and give you, it's going to drop the tire to the ground, then you just got to pull it out of the center of the tire. It makes it relatively easy. You're just going to have to provide yourself with a socket wrench to fit that. Now, when you're looking at the kitchen, this is just your standard tag. You're going to have sink, 2-burner cooktop, a Yeti cooler. Above this Yeti cooler here, you're going to see you have 12-volt outlets as well as 110. You're going to have stereo speakers on either corner. You see the nice little spice racks. And then this Yeti cooler does pull out. Now, to pull this out on this tray, what you have is you have a little button on either side. So you have on both sides of here, you hold both of those down and it will pull out. Now, I know that there's some people out there saying, Paul, why'd they do away with the 12-volt refrigerator? It was just, you know, something they wanted to go on and move on to. But the nice thing they did, if you want to take this thing out of here, you could take the Yeti cooler off, set that 12-volt refrigerator in here, and look what they have, a 12-volt plug for you. So for those of you that maybe don't want the cooler, you want to go back to that 12-volt refrigerator, you just go ahead and order one and put it in here. It is not an option at NuCamp. So as you can see, it says Yeti right on there, but also it has the NuCamp logo right on top. On the inside of the cooler, they give you a nice little tray to put up on the top, and it slides left to right. So that is the Yeti cooler. Now for over the sink, they have the nice little tag embossed cutting board there for you. Your 2-burner cooktop, as well as your sink. And then the water pump, when you need to use the water pump switch, is right there. Down below the sink, good storage down here. You can see right into your fresh water tank. And this is your water pump. Now, if for some reason you're not having, water's not coming through here when you're using your water pump, you might want to check this screen. Make sure that this cap that's on here is on there tight. Also make sure it doesn't have a crack in it. Sometimes that will cause some problems and the water pump will not work properly. Now you might say, well, Paul, how am I supposed to be able to see back here when it's dark out? Well, they put a little light right there. Now if you get the Boondock Edge series, they put a nice big bar light across here. I'll link a video for that Boondock Edge down below so you can see all the different lights that are on them. So this is what it looks like on the standard Tag. Now if you decide you want the Tag XL, then this is what your kitchen area is going to look like. You're going to have the 2-burner cooktop, but notice you have the microwave. Notice they also have now a nice little storage area. But other than that, everything else is the same as the standard one. It's just more counter space, more room for things. Now on both sides, you're going to see a little chrome thing here. This is not, it doesn't have a washer, it doesn't have a dryer in here where that's venting out for the dryer. That is actually an intake, an air intake for the air conditioner. So there'll be one on either side. I'll show you the fan switch when we get inside here. So as you look inside now, right now I have the two mattresses on top of each other so that I can show you what's below each side. So on both sides, you're going to have this storage up underneath. So it gives you some good room to put things. On top of that, you're going to have a little bit of storage back behind here. You slide that across on either side, and that'll be back behind you. So the bedside, size, it's going to be 75.5 inches in length. So from front to back, 75.5 inches in long. And then each of these mattresses are 29 inches wide, giving you a total width of 58 inches. Now to put that in perspective, your queen bed at home is 60 inches wide, so this is 2 inches narrower, but your queen bed lengthwise is 80 inches. So this is 4.5 inches shorter. Now looking towards the rear here, this is where you can have your TV. It's a 12-volt TV, 110 for your AC. You have a 12-volt AM/FM CD stereo with a DVD player. It's also Bluetooth, so that way you can listen to music on the inside or outside, and you can control that with your phone. Now, the interior speakers are going to be on the back side. They've moved them, so you're going to have one on either side. One's going to be right over here. Another one is going to be over here. Now, when you're running your air conditioner, by the way, and it will make it very cold in here, you must turn this AC fan switch on. That is going to draw the air across the back See, this thing is not, it's a window AC, so you need to have airflow on the backside, and that's what those chrome pieces on the outside, they're drawing the air in. There's a fan that will pull it in across there. Now on both sides of your TV, you're going to have little storage like this. Now when they first came out with these, the TV was fixed up here, but they didn't utilize the space behind it. They have since changed that, and notice how they put this TV on a door now, giving you additional storage space behind it. And it also has the lock on it, just like in a boat. So it makes it much more beneficial to you. Now over on this side, this is where you're going to have your breakers and fuses. Everything's marked there for you, so you know what the breakers are for. You get your air conditioner, converter right there, and your outlets. Now looking towards the back, or towards the front actually, this is where you have the cup holders are put up in the front there. You have 12-volt out plugs here. You're going to have 110 outlets on the opposite side where you get your speakers. So that's towards the front. And then above there, this is going to be a blue light or a reading light. You're going to have one of those on either side, as well as the little storage cubbies up above on either side. Now this nice large window here, it is considered a stargazing window. So if you wanted to lay in bed and look out the window, let me show you. Sorry that there's no stars out there, but this is what it would look like. It's just a white sky. But this is what it looks like if you're laying in bed, you're looking outside. Just to give you another idea of what it looks like looking out the window so you can actually see something. This is just looking straight out towards the front. Now on your roof here, you have a power vent fan, and what you're able to do is you're able to bring the air in from the fan so it would actually come down, or you can suck it out. Now when you're sucking the air out, what you're going to be doing is you're going to want to have windows open. So you can see I have the window open right now, and then if you want to, then you just pull down the screen from the top. If you don't want the screen down, then you just pull up the privacy curtain from the bottom. But that would allow air to come in. But now you're saying, well, Paul, geez, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I want to have some security. Well, you can do that. Let me show you how you do it. So on the window here, you can see right here, whereas when you pull this window in, what's going to happen is that's how you would normally lock it. It's on the back side of it. Now you want to have a little bit of airflow, just put it out and put it right in that little notch right there. Trying to get it to where you can see it. So that way there, now there's a little bit of airflow that's able to come through here. It's not up against the rubber, but you just put all of those right into that slot right there, and that will allow air to come through it. When you're at a dealership, you can actually have them demonstrate that with you. All they need to do is put a battery or plug the unit in. Very, very simple. So now back along here, and again, they can turn the lights on. You have a little light strip right back here. That is actually turned on this side. You actually have a porch light and then what they call an accent light. So that's right there. Then on the opposite side, you have a ceiling light and a porch light. And your ceiling light is actually going to be behind this board. It comes up and it's going to come across. It's going to come across the ceiling on both sides. So it's giving you more of an indirect light, not shining right on you. Now on the inside below the bed normally is this tool, and this is what you're going to be utilizing to put your stabilizers up and down. Now if you don't want to be doing it by hand, if you have a 3/4 inch socket and a little screw gun, it will actually operate that just as well. My recommendation would be to make sure you use WD-40 silicone, some type of lubrication on these on a regular basis to keep them moving smoothly. And this is what it looks like when it's up. Now earlier I showed you where you fill your freshwater tank, and that means right on this side here, this will be where your freshwater drain is, and that's going to be right here. And then right back here behind it here, this is your sink drain. You just disconnect that, You could put that if you wanted to on connect a hose to it to run it away, or if you wanted to just set a little bucket there to catch the water. It's not like there's going to be a lot of water coming out of that sink. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 tag by NuCamp RV. For more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for Paul the Air Force guy. Let me know what you're thinking about the color. You know, would you go with the plain color, just your standard color, either white or silver? Or you think you might go ahead and option in a color to match your car or your taste? Let me know. Appreciate the comments. Put those below. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking what I'm throwing down here. Appreciate you watching, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.